Welcome back
to another episode of Off the Ropes, yeah.
I'm Paul, and I know wrestling.
And I'm Audrey, and I don't.
I think you're starting to a little bit more
I
than
know,
you used to. Pretty
isn't it annoying?
You're going to be lying.
Yeah.
You're like, I know.
I am already a little bit.
Yeah, you kind of are.
It's not on purpose. I've been watching it now,
right.
So.
And you're watching a lot of it.
It's like you're forced to learn.
Right. They're making her understand.
Right?
So night 2 of Wrestlemania started out with a triple threat tag team match for the Raw Tag Team Championship between the Street Profits, the Alpha
Shush! Thank you.
Alpha Academy, and RK Bro. And this was just
fire!
So fun.
Fire!
Everyone was on point.
Absolutely.
Everybody was hitting their spots. The storytelling was just fantastic. We got to see chef's kiss. We got to see everyone's finishers in different points, and it had the ending that we had personally hoped for, I think, most of us in the house, which was RK Bro walks out with the championships. But all 3 tag teams, just,
give it up.
Kudos. Easy A for that match.
Great.
I'd watch that match every week.
Yeah, it was
a variation
fantastic.
of that match could happen every week.
So good. They're so good.
They are.
They're all great.
Anything to add to that?
Nope.
All right. And then something that we've been wanting for a while, which is Omas just been coming out and just destroying the entire roster for like weeks now. For those who don't know, Omas is like, what, 7'4"?
7'4". 7 foot frame, rats along his back.
Getting better every time, I think. Even though Mom kind of doesn't agree with that, I think.
Yeah, he does get a little better.
He's getting a little better.
So sorry about
He's
the cat
bigger.
with messing with the camera, by the way.
Yes, the cat is moving the camera around.
Sorry.
The cat's our executive
if
producer.
You get motion sickness, I apologize.
So I had hoped that Bobby Lashley would come out, and he did.
Mm-hmm.
He came out and he challenged him to this match at WrestleMania. So Omas versus Bobby Lashley, and it pretty much got the job done.
Mm-hmm.
It ticked all the boxes. He got some spears in on Omas.
Mm-hmm. Bobby Lashley. He Bobby Lashley.
He picked him up.
He picked him up.
It wasn't like a huge pickup, but it was.
But he picked him up.
Picked him up. He got him off the ground,
Mm-hmm.
which is, whew, that's a big boy.
Yeah.
And Lashley gets the win, which he had to.
Let's go, Lashley.
And it's just I'm sure they'll just keep rebuilding Omas.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of this was something very interesting, remember? MVP.
Oh, yeah. He turned on him.
MVP turned on Bobby Lashley. MVP's been his manager for a while now, a couple of years.
Bobby's getting better on the mic. Omas needs help on the mic.
It makes sense.
It makes sense now that you think about it. Never would have
MVP's
thought coming
uncomfortable as a babyface.
Mm-hmm.
He's better as a heel.
He is.
He's so good at cutting a heel promo.
He is.
Yeah, so that was good. I was happy with that. And then we had the Johnny Knoxville against Sami Zayn anything goes match. Threw a shirt at the cat. The anything goes match, Johnny Knoxville and all the Jackass guys against Sami Zayn.
That was fantastic.
He's basically been begging for it to get his butt kicked by Knoxville.
People were coming out from under the ring and out of the crowd. It was
Jackass
so
guys were coming out of everywhere and helping Knoxville do all these crazy things.
There's a giant hand.
That was hilarious.
He ran into a giant hand. It looked like it came out of nowhere. It was so funny.
It was very funny. Wee Man body slammed Sami Zayn.
Body slammed him. He picked him up pretty
Man.
easily.
And then the whole thing ended with a giant mousetrap.
Yeah.
So I'm never not going to like that.
Yeah, the mousetrap was the pin.
Yes. He slapped a mousetrap on him and pinned him on top of a giant mousetrap.
And he couldn't move because he was mousetrapped.
And Johnny Knoxville gets the win.
It was pretty great.
And most importantly, the Jackass people come out to Minutemen music, the band, so that always makes me happy.
Even more importantly, Sami Zayn has some of the best WWE merch. Make more like that.
He does have great merch.
It's so cool. I root for him just because I like his shirt.
That's as good a reason as any, I guess. Then we had the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match for the Women's Tag Team Championship, which is Naomi and Sasha, Carmella and Queen Zelina, Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley, and Natalya and Shayna Baszler. This was fun.
It was fun.
I thought it was fun. Everybody going back and forth. With this caliber of wrestlers, a Fatal 4-Way is never going to not be fun.
True.
Like, all 8 of these people know what they're doing to some extent.
To some extent.
Right. And some of them are really, really good at what they're doing.
Rhea.
Yes, Rhea.
Naomi.
But Sasha and Naomi get the win. Mm-hmm. And that kind of got boos and groans from our house. Although I like Naomi a lot.
I love Naomi. I have no qualms with Naomi. I think she's fantastic. I love her shtick. She always looks good down. Mm-hmm. I love her. I think she's great.
It was depressing because we wanted Rhea and Liv.
We love Rhea and Liv, though. But we live for brutality.
What? So, one thing I do like is that now there's 4 women's tag teams. We're building this division. I'm worried that
Prediction, not for long.
Yeah. I'm worried that Rhea and Liv might be breaking up.
On Raw.
Which we're going to be at next week on Raw.
Tune in for this, because we're going to be there live, 4 rows away from the ring with video.
We're going to have a report. We're going to have video
We're going to tell you guys what happens during the commercial breaks during the WWE shows.
How about that?
How about that? So don't miss it.
That's next week.
Don't miss it. That's next week. Probably be uploaded on Tuesday night.
There you go.
Because we're going to be tired.
Yeah. So the tag team match was good. It was fun. Mm-hmm. Again, everyone's just working hard.
Yeah.
And then we got the singles match. I've been kind of waiting for this one for a while. Edge versus AJ Styles. And again, 2 guys just who really know what they're doing, telling stories and just having a great match. Mm-hmm. And something else very interesting happened in this match, which was
Damian Priest, my boy. After Edge won, he beat AJ. Damian Priest came out on the side of the ring.
It's kind of a distraction of how Edge won, because AJ had to turn to look at Priest.
Yeah. And Damian got in the ring, and him and Edge shook hands, and we have a new faction, ladies and gentlemen, and others.
And it's exciting to see who's gonna be part of Edge and Damian Priest's little faction.
We are predicting Rhea Ripley, not just us, many people are thinking this, and to support this prediction, yesterday Rhea Ripley liked Damian Priest's tweet about their faction. And
someone pointed out that on Raw, when she was standing in the hallway, there was purple lighting behind her. Like kind of a hint towards maybe joining, because Edge is purple. And also there's a rumor about Tommaso Ciampa being the 3rd man in the faction.
Which would be awesome.
I would love that.
Ciampa.
We love Tommaso. And but also I want to give credit to AJ. He might be...
AJ is so good.
Yeah, he might be the best wrestler in right now. I know that's controversial. I'm not saying it's 100%. He's in the conversation. Don't
come in our comments yelling about Bryan Danielson. We know.
We love him.
We love him.
He's great. We have no qualms with that.
AJ is just so good.
AJ's AJ. Those 2 going at it, I'd watch that every week.
I would watch that every day. Twice. Give me 2 every day.
So yeah, that was a great match. A lot of fun. This was the only downer of night 2 for me coming up, was the tag team match between Sheamus and Ridge Holland.
That sucked.
And the New Day.
That was awful. Come on.
With Butch. They didn't give him any time.
They had no time, which more on this later, but WrestleMania ended 15 minutes early.
One thing that was cool is they did the little tribute.
They did. They wore...
to Big E.
They came out and danced like him, and they were wearing his outfit. It was
it was fast. 5 minutes.
5-minute match, and the New Day lost.
Actually, it wasn't even 5 minutes. They have it at 1:40.
Wow.
It was 2 minutes for the New Day.
For the New Day, and they just...
And Sheamus. I mean, Ridge is fine. Butch, aka Pete Dunne. But yeah, it wasn't enough time. WrestleMania with the New Day.
That was depressing, especially after Big E, and then just the New Day just gets their butt whipped.
Especially after Edge and AJ just went 25 minutes.
Like an incredible match between Edge and AJ, and then just
Yeah.
That was a bummer.
So it was cool to see them all there and everything. And again, the Big E tribute, but yeah, that wasn't.
They have to work on their time management next year because that was depressing.
Yeah, that was depressing. That's the best word for it.
It
It ended with Butch going crazy and then beating the crap out of, I think, out
shocker.
of Woods, maybe. Was it Woods?
Yeah, I think so.
So yeah, I'm sure that's not done. That storyline isn't done. We'll probably get something at Backlash. They'll probably do a rematch and they'll get more than a minute 40. Sheesh.
Yeah, that was depressing.
Then we had what goes into one of the greatest all-time segments that I've ever seen in wrestling, which was Pat McAfee, the announcer and former punter. He used to play football.
After I hardly know her.
Against Austin Theory, who had Mr. McMahon in his corner. Now, Mr. McMahon is 76 years old.
76.
More on that later. Austin Theory and Pat went at it, and it was super fun.
Yeah, that was great.
Really fun.
And the crowd, man, they loved Pat so much.
They did. They were singing.
They were with him.
He came out to the White Stripes, Seven Nation Army, and they were doing that the whole time. And saying, Pat, Pat, Pat. Pat had this little thing where he ran up on the ropes. He just jumped to the top rope. That looked spectacular.
It was funny because he tried to pretend like he couldn't.
Right.
He got up on the top ropes and his legs were all shaking. And then after that, he was just flying. He was going up on the ropes. He was flying down.
Very impressive.
Awesome.
And Austin Theory, really, really super solid.
Love him.
And
I was rooting for him.
So Pat beats Austin Theory. And then Mr. McMahon starts yelling stuff at Pat, starts unbuttoning like he's going to match. Then he's like, nah, ha, ha, ha. Then starts to walk off. Then he turns and he really takes his shirt off.
And then ding, ding, ding. The
Mr.
bell rings.
McMahon's in a match.
Vince McMahon, 76 years old.
Looking ripped.
Yeah.
Looking ripped.
He was ripped.
He was ripped. So he had the match. It wasn't a fair match because Austin was interfering.
Right.
But he won.
Yeah.
And when that was going on, I was thinking, man, actually I said it out loud. Wouldn't that be great if the glass broke?
Yeah, he made a joke about Stone Cold coming out during their match. And then at the end of their match, Austin Theory's music started and Vince made a slip up. He made like a face where he was scared.
Yeah, he was like, what does that mean?
And then he had to be like, oh shit. Oh,
right.
Shit. Sorry, Gramps.
And then the
glass broke.
Which means Stone Cold's theme song hit, and Stone Cold comes out, and goosebumps everywhere when Stone Cold comes out at WrestleMania to go against Mr. McMahon, because this is a feud that started like 25 years ago, and there was never a complete and final stamp on it. And there
on
might be
Sunday night, Vince McMahon got a stunner.
It was maybe the worst stunner of all time.
It might have been.
But it
Vince
did not matter
botched that one
at
for
all.
sure. But it was still epic.
Stone Cold was having so much fun.
Yeah.
He's laughing after the stunner even. He knew it was a crappy stunner.
He put a stunner on Vince, and then he had a beer with Pat, and then he put a stunner on Pat.
Which Pat claims he didn't know was going to happen.
Really?
Yes.
That's fantastic.
So he stunned everybody. On Saturday night, he had called one of the announcers in and put a stunner on him, on poor Byron, which is the second time he's hit Byron. He got him on SmackDown like a year or two ago. But yeah, overall that was so fun. And just seeing that whole storyline after 20-something years.
That was great.
Amazing. Magical.
That was great. At that point, I'm like, wow, WrestleMania's over. I'm going to bed.
And then you still have the winner takes all match. The greatest match, matchup of all time or whatever they were billing it as. Greatest WrestleMania match of all time. For the WWE and Universal Championship unification, Brock Lesnar against the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. This, to me, man, this was just high drama. You didn't know what was going to happen. Mm-hmm. So everything that happened, you were just kind of like, where is this going to go? Like this commercial behind us.
Jackass forever. At least it's relevant.
Yeah, at least it's Jackass. So they laid it in hard, and they were just going at it. They were just hitting each other with spears and F5s.
It looked rough.
Suplexes.
And it looked
Superman
rough for a
punch.
reason because they both got injured.
Yes, apparently they both got hurt for real.
Mm-hmm.
But it was really good. I enjoyed it the whole time. We're all up screaming and yelling. In our house, a lot of us like Roman Reigns, so...
Not me. I was rooting for Brock.
But at the end of it, it felt like something just happened that was big. You just saw something big at the end of the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And it felt like the reason you watch wrestling for this magic.
Yeah.
And I know that the kids were feeling that way.
Yeah, for sure.
They're just sitting there watching all these superheroes go at it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, wow. You just take a deep breath and go, whew. That was like, what, 8 hours of wrestling?
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't feel like it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. What was your takeaway? Your first WrestleMania?
The whole thing?
Just the whole thing.
I thought it was great. I thought it was really fun. I was a little nervous going in because I was so excited for it for like 2 weeks.
We're all like, Undertaker, thank you, buddy. I've been watching Undertaker for 30 years, so.
Yeah, I've been watching him for 30 years too.
And, but yeah, your tribal chief, the head of the table.
That's Edge's spot.
He is the unified champion. And that was night 2.
I bought this Edge action figure off my 13-year-old sister for $5.
Money well spent.
Just thought I'd let everyone know.
So WrestleMania 38 in the books. We had a lot of fun.
So much fun.
And looking forward to next week's Raw, which we're going to be at.
We're going to be at. Don't miss it.
Don't miss it.
I'm serious.
You're going to watch it.
You're going to watch it.
You're going to see us on TV.
Yeah.
What are you going to be wearing?
What am I going to be wearing? Seth freaking Rollins shirt. The blue tie-dye one.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You already know what I'm going to be wearing.
So yeah,
table,
make sure
baby.
you tune in for that. Also, I wanted to say WrestleMania Night 2, I finally tried Little Caesar Batman Calzone. People were saying it wasn't good. It was good. Try it.
It was better than...
Not sponsored.
it was better than Sheamus and Ridge against the New Day.
It was. It was way better than that. It was really good.
Well, thanks for tuning in, and we're gonna try to start with Raw.
We're gonna do this.
And we're gonna hit AEW again next week. So stay tuned for more cool stuff.
Stay tuned for more cool stuff, and thank you for watching. Bye.